This 39 Dunedin News Bulletin proudly brought to you in association with Alex Campbell's Menswear.
Tonight on 39 Dunedin News, the end of World War I is commemorated 100 years on as Armistice Day services are held. A Dunedin apprentice strikes gold as he beats hundreds of competitors from around New Zealand and Australia. And the Physio pool is about to undergo an upgrade, but there's one more hurdle to overcome. Good evening, Dunedin. I'm Rebecca Dupree. Dozens of residents have been commemorating the end of World War I. They've attended local services to mark the signing of an armistice at 11 a.m. on the 11th day of the 11th month. And although it was a century ago, the occasion is still resonating with people of all generations.
Marking an iconic day and war history. Locals have been remembering the day World War I ended with the signing of an armistice.
It's an opportunity to pause and reflect on the futility of war, and that the First World War certainly was a horrific battle, and a lot of people died unnecessarily.
The howitzer cannon at the cenotaph was fired at 11 a.m. in commemoration of Kiwi soldiers. At the same time, people in the Octagon heard the firing of the Robbie Burns cannon. Although not many Great War veterans are still alive, many residents have been honouring their service as loved ones and comrades.
I was in the Second World War, so I always come here on Remembrance Day.
We're down here to pay respects and remembrance from my father and my father-in-law, who were both in France during the First World War.
My grandfathers, who were both in the First World War, partly because it's been a tradition in our family that we continue to remember.
Almost 60,000 Kiwis were injured or killed in the First World War, which began just over 100 years ago. RSA members believe Armistice Day is still relevant as New Zealand's participation in the war contributed to democracy.
We normally commemorate Anzac Day because of in April, but this one we commemorate the end of hostilities, and that's what it's important to remember.
Today's main service ended with songs from local choirs involving children. It was a poignant way for the city's youngest generation to be participating in a historic occasion. Annabelle Dick, 39 Dunedin News.
A 23-year-old woman has been arrested in relation to the theft of examination papers from the University of Otago. Police arrested the woman earlier today, issuing a statement this afternoon. They've charged her with burglary in relation to the theft of 98 unmarked exam papers from a locked office in the Clock Tower building. The break-in occurred on Saturday night following the last end-of-year exams at the university. Police won't say when the woman is due to appear in court, and they aren't making any further comment. They also won't confirm whether she's a university student or if she's from Dunedin. Many students affected by the theft have already resat their exams. A budding Dunedin mechanic has become the first New Zealander to win a prestigious Apprentice award. The 20-year-old beat more than 300 entrants from across New Zealand and Australia, and the recognition has the young car fanatic thinking ahead to what's next.
Automotive mechanic Benjamin Fretwell is this year's winner of an Australasian Apprentice of the Year award. He's the first Kiwi to win the award in its 7-year history. The wins come as a surprise, with Fretwell feeling overwhelmed to have even been selected as a finalist.
That was enough for me, finding out that I was the only Kiwi to make it into the top 20. That was just real humbling, and I was just quite happy with myself.
He was inspired to enter the competition after tasting success locally. Earlier in the year, he won the Otago Motor Trade Association's Apprentice of the Year award. The accolades are proving he's on the right career path.
I've always loved tinkering with things, so it was kind of a given, all through school. I thought I'd come out and do something like this, so yeah.
Industry experts chose Fretwell for this latest win after rigorously checking references with his boss and former teachers. The intensive process saw him come away as the best of the best in Australasia.
It's a very big deal for Ben because they don't give this away lightly. Over 300 applicants, which is the most Snap-on New Zealand Australia have had in the 7-year history, and rigorous testing process, so he's done very well.
His prize package includes a state-of-the-art tool set and is valued at $12,500. But it's the award itself that he sees as having the most value.
To me it means everything, but it is. I guess it's quite recognisable, like especially on the CV and a few other things like that. You know, it's quite, Snap-on's a very well-known franchise. So.
He's planning more automotive study down the line, but for now his focus is on completing his apprenticeship at Mosgiel Towing and Mechanical. Ruby McAndrew, 39, Dunedin News.
Dozens of young leaders have been learning from one another in a day-long conference at the Dunedin Public Art Gallery. The GRIP Student Leadership Conference involved pupils from a range of local schools. It's one of 90 conferences being held around New Zealand and Australia for tens of thousands of youth. The aim of the event is fostering leadership among students and enabling them to learn from one another. Activities included discussions with a team of leadership experts, as well as presentations, videos and games. The first GRIP conference was held about 10 years ago, and events are now held in more than 60 towns and cities. GRIP stands for Generosity, Responsibility, Integrity and People. A major upgrade of the city's physiotherapy pool is finally about to get underway. The Pool Trust is preparing to close the facility over several months for more than $1 million worth of repairs. But there's one more financial target trustees need to secure first.
Things are going swimmingly at the Physio pool. Plans are taking shape for a much-needed upgrade over summer following months of intensive fundraising. The Otago Therapeutic Pool Trust still has a few $100,000 to secure, but trustees say it's time to get the ball rolling.
We are in the throes of working out a lease long-term with the SDHB. The other part of the project is to detail the actual construction work that's going to go ahead over the next 3 to 4 months and work out the cost of that.
They expect the work will cost around $1 million, of which the Trust already has 90%. It's now a waiting game, with the remaining money expected to come from a lotteries grant being announced in a few weeks. If that's successful, the largest upgrade in the facility's almost 70-year history can begin.
The plan is to repair or replace the roof, repair or replace the windows, retile the pool, certain upgrades to the plant room and the heating system.
The Trust is also working on another financial target to cover the pool's ongoing running costs. Trustees are looking for a naming rights sponsor to cover the additional expenses. They're confident they'll achieve it after months of successful fundraising.
The $1 million is for the upgrade and the $500,000 is for the operating costs, and that may take a bit longer to achieve, but even if we don't get there, we've made substantial progress to be able to know that we can do it from here on.
The Trust is working with contractors to finalise details about the project as well as final costings. If everything falls into place on time, the new and improved facility could be open as soon as March next year. Ruby McAndrew, 39, Dunedin News.
Still to come on 39 Dunedin News, we'll find out how the first ever Psychology Week is being marked and an art project at a famous city site becomes a target.
Here's something else to look forward to sinking your teeth into every weekend with the Otago Daily Times, the Weekend Mix, your guide to what's hot in fashion, entertainment, food and more. New weekend magazine in your ODT. Pick up your copy this Saturday.
Every reason, every season, we're proud to dress the region. Alex Campbell Menswear, it fits.
Christie Glass Houses and Sheds, good to grow stuff in. The first choice for gardeners for over 100 years. Built to withstand extreme weather conditions and hard work. Full range of options available. Thomas Burns Street across the road from the railway station. Free call 0800 Allens.
Big Orange for all your movies, records, books and games, pre-loved needs, vinyl records, 45s and DVDs. A South Dunedin family-owned business for over 15 years. Check us out on Facebook. We're opposite Westpac on the sunny side of King Edward Street.
McClellan Refrigeration is your one-stop shop for heat pumps in Dunedin. We have a range of heating, air conditioning and refrigeration solutions. We also have 20 years experience. McClellan Refrigeration, call us on 477 0088.
At your locally owned and operated Veggie Boys store, we've got fresh produce daily, fruit, veggies and more. Competitive prices is just one of the reasons people come to us in all seasons. Convenient locations and friendly crew, Veggie Boys Dunedin, come try something new. Stores in the north, the south, be our guest, Centre City as well to serve you the best. Daily specials on produce that are hard to beat, all tasty and healthy and all good to eat. Don't forget we've also got your milk, bread and meat. Veggie Boys Dunedin, your guaranteed a treat.
Pallet fires are growing in popularity in Otago, with people who want a clean and efficient form of home heating. The sight of a burning flame without the problems of chopping, stacking and carting wood around is a winner. Pallet fires, so easy, so efficient.
Hedges are something we almost take for granted. A good hedge needs regular maintenance to look its best and to add value and character to your property. For all your hedge care needs, call the team at SGC Services on 0800 783 453.
Congratulations, you're getting married. Hi, I'm James Morris, wedding celebrant, and it's my privilege and a pleasure to bring you the perfect ceremony for your perfect day. Don't wait or contemplate. Your consultation is free with no obligation. jamesmorris.co.nz.
Eveready mowers and chainsaws, Husqvarna outdoor power equipment for all the jobs no matter what the size. Give Graham a call on 4552 555 or visit our new showroom at the roundabout end of Andersons Bay Road. We sell the best and service the rest.
Girls Talk this month is full of inspirational gift ideas. There's books, storage solutions and delicious treats. Don't forget to check out our Facebook page to be in to win some fantastic prizes from the show. Join us on Dunedin TV for Girls Talk.
Tune in on Thursday for Motorsport Night on Dunedin Television.
Welcome back. Local workers across several industries are getting involved in strike action. Staff at Bunnings Dunedin walked off the job yesterday afternoon, protesting the company's plan to change rosters. Medical physicists at the Southern District Health Board are also involved in further strike action. It follows bargaining tactics earlier this year. And Department of Conservation staff throughout Otago are part of a nationwide course of industrial action. They're unhappy with conditions set by the Crown entity following a major restructure. And on that note, let's take a look at today's financials. The NZX 50 has closed the day up 11 points. It's now at 6,014. The ASX 200 is up 12 points. And to the exchange rates, the Kiwi dollar is up against all the currencies we follow. The local branch of the New Zealand Psychological Society is holding a public event to mark the first ever Psychology Week. Jack Austin is involved in the event and he joins us to explain what it's all about. Good evening.
Good evening.
What is Psychology Week?
It's a week to publicise what psychology can do for people, to get people talking about the help they can get. And on Friday there's a free event at Bayfield High School Guthrie Centre, where everyone's welcome, a few talks and a musical event of a song that got written for the week.
How else is it being marked in Dunedin this first week?
People talking, you and me interviewing, posters around the place. Nationally it's also getting publicity. Radio 1's playing the song we wrote. So lots of bits and pieces.
Is there a large number of people associated with the local branch?
Local branch runs from Oamaru down to Invercargill, and that's probably 35, 40 people.
Well, it's quite a big area.
So,
What kinds of mental health services are available here in Dunedin?
big range. Health Board funds support services such as at Wakari. There's a whole lot of smaller NGOs, not-for-profit, that provide respite care for people. There's a lot of one-to-one support and therapy you can arrange, some free, some paid.
What are some of the challenges in dealing with psychological health and well-being?
You never know what's going to be on the phone. Really, it's knowing how to make a difference for people. And again, that comes back to sort of talking, trying to encourage people to be open and accessing the sort of supports that are going to actually make a difference.
How can people manage stress and other psychological conditions?
Talk to people. Don't hide it. Sit down. Try and be open about what the matters are that's concerning them, really.
Tell us about the song that's been composed.
I had a crazy idea that if you're going to have a week like this, people are just going to have little speeches. So I thought I'd write a song, and we called it Talk to Me, obviously. And a local musician, Alex Hoare, has recorded it along with some friends, and it sounds great actually. It's very contemporary.
Oh, wonderful. Do you think people these days have more psychological problems?
No, not really. I think in the past they probably had as many, but no one recorded it, no one knew what was going on, and there weren't as many support services. So, not really.
New Zealand Psychological Society member Jack Austin, thanks very much for your time.
Thank you.
After the break on 39 Dunedin News, a treat for art lovers suffers at the hands of vandals. And we're on the streets to find out if you think banning fireworks is a good idea.
Do you want support for your breathing? You are not alone. In New Zealand, over 600,000 people have some form of breathing difficulty, especially with the high pollen season in New Zealand. Puff Plus is an excellent natural product developed to support lung function and breathing difficulties. Puff Plus is so effective, you get a no questions asked, money back guarantee on the first purchase. Give it a go, you have nothing to lose. Call now 0800 502 402. Take as directed. If symptoms persist, see your healthcare professional.
Chiropractic care is a drug-free way of sorting out stress and pain by getting your spine in line with body and brain. At Mosgiel Chiropractic and Wellbeing, we provide family chiropractic care. Feel taller, lighter and brighter. Call Mosgiel Chiropractic and Wellbeing today, 484-7272.
Mobility Scooters Otago. Mobility scooters, new and used, electric manual wheelchairs, strollers and walkers. Free home demonstration and delivery. Call Tony on 03 455 2875 or visit our showroom, 211 Canute Street, opposite Westpac.
This year's Oamaru Heritage Festival's theme is Alice in Wonderland, celebrating the sesquicentennial of its writing. Join us in Oamaru November 11th to 16th. See www.vhcu.co.nz for details. And don't be late for this very important date.
Grandad loved his family and surfing, in that order. He taught me to surf, and we spent a lot of time in the water together over the years. When he died, I strapped the camera to the nose of his old board and filmed the paddle out at St. Clair. Gillian's played the video on the big screen at his funeral. Grandad would have loved having everyone come out one last surf with him.
Gillian's Funeral Services, helping families celebrate the lives of their loved ones for generations. Gillians.co.nz.
Mosgiel Mowers Plus can help you with products to make your garden maintenance jobs easier. Lawn mowers, ride-ons, chainsaws, line trimmers. Sales and service are our specialty. Mosgiel Mowers Plus. Phone 489 3572 22B Gordon Road, Mosgiel.
Bring some more joy into your world by adopting one of our adult animals at SPCA Otago. Call now on 473 8252. Please adopt a pet now. They will love you forever.
The Good All, it's all about our customer care, great food, great coffee, and supported by some awesome staff. We think it's very important that the customers, when they come in here, have a good experience and leave wanting to come back. And I think in a nutshell, that's what the Good All is all about.
Every reason, every season, we're proud to dress the region. Alex Campbell Menswear, it fits.
Pregnant? Need to talk? 24 hours a day, 7 days a week. Pregnancy counselling services are here to help. It's free, it's confidential. Call us now on 0800 773 462.
Here's something else to look forward to sinking your teeth into every weekend with the Otago Daily Times, the Weekend Mix, your guide to what's hot in fashion, entertainment, food and more. New weekend magazine in your ODT. Pick up your copy this Saturday.
Welcome back. A local artist has turned the former Carisbrook Stadium site into a public gallery. She's made a temporary art installation with backing and buy-in from the community, but some locals are ruining it for others.
Pinning artwork to a wasteland. This Caversham artist has been installing about 80 embroideries around the perimeter of the former Carisbrook Stadium site. It's for her Brook project, about 1 year in the making.
I put out these blank books in the Dunedin Public Library, and I asked a question like, what do people want to see happen to the former Carisbrook Stadium site? So from that I had this kind of library of responses from anonymous people.
She's created movable gardens in response to suggestions the site should become a public green space. Research into the property's origins, development and use over the decades has also influenced her work.
I've seen it gone from this kind of place which held a whole lot of memories to being demolished to just sitting here like as big piles of rubble. So I really wanted to see how that could change. I just could see the potential of the space.
Novak's welcoming the support she's received from residents and businesses. Money's come from the council as well as a crowdfunding campaign. Others have donated supplies and helped piece together gardens. But some have been kicked over by vandals who have also been tearing down embroideries.
Some of the best ones got stolen, which hopefully they're going to like a house and they're going to be put above the mantelpiece and displayed. But yeah, I mean, it is what it is. It's a public art installation in South Dunedin.
She's documenting the project's plight over the week before saving what's left for various community groups. And she's trying to stay positive despite the blatant vandalism.
I've put it out there into the public sphere. It's not a white cube gallery space and it's not conditioned. It is what it is. So I kind of have to just go with it.
Calder Stewart owns the property and has given permission for it to be used for the project. Dozens of residents, artists and musicians gathered on site to launch the work, which will soon be disappearing from view. But it's set to be immortalised in a publication next year. Rosie Mannins, 39, Dunedin News.
The SPCA is calling for a ban on fireworks as its annual appeal week has coincided with Guy Fawkes. The fire service is also issuing warnings in relation to the use of low explosives. And with that in mind, our Word on the Street team asked members of the public if they think fireworks should be banned.
Yeah, because it's really loud for the people that are sleeping at night and can be dangerous as well.
I think so, yeah. And in the general CBD area because of the animals and stuff, yeah.
No, because I think fireworks is good, like celebrations. It's good to celebrate people's birthday and Guy Fawkes.
Yeah, because it distracts like dogs and stuff and it's mean. Yeah, I don't like them.
Because they cause a lot of damage and I don't know, they're quite expensive, like when the public puts them on as well. Money that could be put to better use.
Kind of, because it's quite expensive, but I think maybe better regulations to control and maybe improve safety overall. I guess it's more the responsibility of the user to how they use the fireworks at the end of the day.
No, please no. Fireworks is good. It's beautiful things. Sky Rocket's high, and I think Sky Fox is good.
I think that they're probably a little bit dangerous for setting fires and that sort of thing. Yeah.
I think they should be banned. Because of the animals and the dogs and cats, they just all go crazy. I've got a dog myself, and it just makes it nuts.
And now recapping tonight's top stories on 39 Dunedin News. Dozens of people have been taking part in the city's Armistice Day services, commemorating the end of World War I. A local trainee mechanic is the first New Zealander to win a prestigious apprenticeship award, beating more than 300 others. And the physiotherapy pool is about to be closed over summer while it undergoes major repairs worth more than $1 million. And it's time now to find out what's going to be on the pages of Thursday's Otago Daily Times, and Bruce Query joins us. Good evening.
Good evening. We'll have more details after the arrest of the 23-year-old woman charged with burglary in relation to those exam papers which have been removed from the University of Otago. Dunedin's historic prison could be just months away from a long-awaited transformation into a tourist attraction. It sounds like resource consent's been granted and the money is almost at hand. Our regional reporters and here in Dunedin have been attending Armistice Day services, and so we'll have pictures from those services and a couple of reports. We've been to a district liquor licensing hearing today where Wests has been fighting for its right to continue selling liquor from its outlet in South Dunedin. The decision for that is not likely till next year. And finally, in sport, we've been speaking to Otago Professor of Medicine Dave Gerard about the Russian doping scandal which is sweeping the athletics world at the moment. Professor Gerard is better known as an Olympian swimmer who competed in the 1960s.
Full details in tomorrow's ODT. Thank you, Bruce. Time now for local weather.
Is proudly brought to you in association with Silverhorn's Puff Plus.
And here is today's city view. It's taken of McAndrew Bay. Look lovely down there, not too much wind. Around the city at 3 o'clock today, not the best temperatures. 10 degrees for the central city, 12 at the Gardens, 13 out on the Tyree. Well, to the situation, and today's weak trough of low pressure will be followed by a period of cold southerly air as an anticyclone moves across the South Tasman Sea and over the South Island tomorrow and Friday. Well, to the forecast for the main towns on the lower South Island for tomorrow, a fine day is expected in Invercargill, Gore, Tiano and Alexandra, highs of around 14 or 15 degrees. And a fine day is on the cards for Queenstown, Oamaru and Wanaka, all those towns expecting 14 degrees, and Twizel becoming fine with just 9 degrees. In Dunedin tonight, showers clearing with an overnight low of 7, tomorrow becoming fine and sunny, southerlies dying out, 12 degrees. And on Friday, fine and sunny with light nor'easters and a high of 14. And to the Otago Pallet Fires tidal and fishing information, low tide tomorrow morning is at 20 to 12. High tide follows at around 5:05. And the good run of fishing conditions continue with tomorrow's pick at around 20 to 2 in the afternoon. And that is local news for Wednesday. We'll see you again tomorrow. Good night.
This 39 Dunedin News Bulletin proudly brought to you in association with Alex Campbell's Menswear.
Supporting local content so you can see more of New Zealand on air.